This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
And a new season.
24/7 Buff Pandemonium isn't just a page.
It's a family.
A passionate group of positive Buffalo football fans
who embrace the character and fight of this team.
We strive to embody this passion
and present a fan-first perspective
without all the fluff. Enter the Gun Report.
Season 2.
The first season was exciting for 24/7 Buff Pandemonium.
Talking football, connecting with fans, and having quality conversation.
This season we're stepping it up, and we want you all to come be a part of the conversation.
On March 9th, 2021,
the Gun Report
is back.
Let's go, Buffalo!
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Bills fans, welcome to 24/7 Buff Pandemonium presents the Gun Report, Season 2, Episode 16. I'm Jarrod. Joining me tonight, as always, Swank.
Yep.
Wow, that was really loud that I said Swank. But Scott.
Hey.
Welcome to Pandemonium. Couple things really quick right off the bat like we always do. 24/7 Buff Pandemonium still has their black and white logo shirts available. Also, Notorious Dig shirts are on their way. So look out for those.
Order 'em.
And
Order 'em.
yeah, order 'em. Get them.
Order
And if
'em.
you want a sticker for anything, you can put it on pretty much anything. Just personal message us your address. We'll send it out to free. All right, and I have a cheat sheet usually all the time right here that I write all my notes on. And I have a couple like intro giveaways. We don't have a giveaway today, but we will have some coming up soon. Merchandise check. But now I didn't cross something out this time, and it was sponsor. Why didn't I cross that out, Scott?
Well, because big news, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, we have a partnership. It's a fun one. You'll see that the three of us are wearing our jerseys, our favorite jerseys. Bruce Smith probably right down there, huh? Aaron Williams, Jarrod's got McCoy there, not his favorite player. Freddie Jackson is, but we do have a partnership now, and we're very excited about it. It's with, you saw a new site come out, the Bills Mafia Memorabilia. They're in affiliate with BuffaloAutographs.com. And why this is exciting is that they've teamed up with a guy by the name of Nick Gary. I spoke with Ryan Hickman. Nick Gary is a guy that you always see when they're signing, shaking hands with these players, always getting these autographs for COA authenticity, jerseys, helmets, mini helmets, Eclipse, all those kind of fun memorabilia.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But
Ryan Hickman, the guy that heads the page, contacted me, and we got to talking, and we figured we both had the same kind of goal. The fans, we like to give stuff away. He knows that we give stuff away on our show. You'll see on the Bills Mafia memorabilia page, they give stuff away on their thing, trying to get likes, shares, follows, and all that stuff. And so we talked and we partnered up. So what this means for the Fandemonium is our giveaways now.
Tell us.
Are they going to be pretty big?
Yeah.
We love giving
How
away
big? What do
those-
you mean? Like they're gonna be like a sticker that's signed by Jarrod's mom?
Hey,
No,
my mom's a wonderful lady.
She is. I will
actually
take
have
it.
COA jerseys coming our way to give away
What?
on our show.
COA jerseys
Mm-hmm.
to give away
To
for
give
free?
away. For free.
They must be like really old players, like from the Leatherhead days, right? Like players that nobody even know, like
Nah, I think,
old squinty eye Jack, and you know.
Nope, a guy by the name of Jordan Poyer, I think, is going to be our first one.
That's weird. I thought that you said Jordan Poyer,
Jordan Poyer, number 21.
21,
Yeah.
safety
Yeah.
for the current Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we'll have that hopefully for next week's show. So,
Yeah, but that's not signed though, right?
oh, it's signed. It's
That's
signed.
signed.
And there'll be a little card that comes with it that has proof.
Are you guys listening to this?
Boom, boom, boom. And that's just the
it has
first
a
one.
COA.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of
And guys,
here.
we're very excited about it because, you know, as the Fandemonium, we like to give stuff away in appreciation for you guys watching our show and appreciation of you guys following us, keeping our page growing, and to partner up with someone that has the same goals as far as giving to the fans. It's just going to work out. It's just going to be so beneficial. So quick, I do want to let you guys know Bills Mafia Memorabilia is a Facebook page. Like, share, and follow.
Yes.
They're actually going to give away another jersey here shortly for people that do that. And then if you don't want to wait for a jersey, if you don't want to wait to win a jersey, which can be hard sometimes, you can always go to BuffaloAutographs.com, who they also represent, and buy a jersey up. Very, very affordable prices. And they also have links there to tell you when they're going to have their next signing. So awesome stuff. You can't imagine how excited Jarrod, Swank, and myself are. Swank always tells us, you know, be patient, be who you are, be true to your person. Things will come your way, and things are working, and we love it, and we can't wait. We can't wait to see where this goes for sure. So thank you to Ryan Hickman and his guys. Again, Buffalo Bills Memorabilia is a Facebook page. www.buffaloautographs.com is where you're going to find your other memorabilia.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that's awesome. Like that, what you just said. We talk about it all the time. What we try to provide with 24/7 BF is a community of real people that can express opinions and takes and just really talk about the love that we have for this team and speculate about the future, talk about news, but do it in like kind of a safe spot where like you're not getting roasted every time you have an idea or you're happy for a player or a situation or whatever. And this is really like the way we used to talk at the bar on the deck. You know, we'd bust balls, we'd talk about the Bills, we'd have a couple beers, and now we're so stoked that you guys have enjoyed it enough to be a part and to have some of these diehard guys that are always here week to week. I mean, really, all of you guys supporting this is what made this partnership happen, because with Ryan and Scott's conversations, he loved what we were doing here and the interactions that we had with you guys and wanted to add to that and to hopefully get you guys to recognize the new business that they're starting, which is awesome. So thank you guys, man, for helping us. And man, Scott and Jarrod started this with their cousin, over a year ago, year and a half ago?
Just over a year ago now.
Just over a year ago.
Yeah. So it's awesome that it's grown to this. And thank you guys, man. Thank you so much. And thanks for letting me be a part of it.
No
problem, man.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Swank.
Any other way?
That's not a song, Jarrod.
I know, I just tried to.
So yes, awesome.
All right,
like I
perfect.
said, I can't freaking wait. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Just to be able to, like I said, we love giving those cards and those 8x10 glossy pictures away to you guys. But now, man, who wouldn't love their hands on a Jordan Poyer jersey
Or an Emmanuel Sanders
jersey? I mean, it's just.
The cool thing,
and all you got to do is just watch the show and comment during the live stream, and you're entered on the Pandemonium Wheel of Destiny for a chance to win. That's all it is.
it's the same as it's always been, right? So now it's just upped. So you guys literally don't have to do anything different. We would love it if you told your friends, your family, all that stuff. Get them involved, watch the show. But you don't have to. You could show in. You could say "Go Bills." You could say "Shut up," whatever you want, and you're entered, man. And we started
a little tiny spot.
Yeah,
a little tiny spot.
Yeah,
Just shut up.
Hey, just shut up, all right? Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Where else can you do that? Like even like the reason we started was we were so appreciative of everybody hanging out with us and listening to us talk and joining in on the conversation, right? That's like our tagline. So I don't know, man. It's awesome that we are able to do what we like to do the way we like to do it, and to have this awesome partnership that allows us to not just like keep doing what we're doing, but up the benefit to everybody that watches and participates with us.
Right.
Like, that's ridiculous. They also, Scott, you were saying, right? They keep their prices like median level so that it's not like ridiculous amount of
Very,
money for
very
you to get a jersey.
affordable. Keep in mind, I mean, you go to autographed jerseys and helmets are a complete different thing than going to Dick's and buying a jersey that's sewn on and all that stuff. Those are expensive, right? Completely different than, there's a lot of razzes going on out there and a lot of ways to win jerseys, but not only are the people doing the razzes overpricing, like 20 spots for $20 is $400. I think the Josh Allen jersey goes for $275. So, the prices are very affordable in comparison. You could drop the 20 for a chance to win, or you could just spend the money and get the jersey, or you could just wait sometimes and we'll give a giveaway, or the Bills Mafia memorabilia will do a giveaway.
Yeah.
So it's very affordable, easier way to do it, making it so people that normally wouldn't have the money or all that stuff to go out to get a jersey with an autograph on. So it's awesome. It's awesome. All the way around. It's cool.
The thing is, like, our people, our family here, like, they appreciate this stuff, right? Like, how many times, like, we give away a card, or we give away an 8x10, or whatever, or even a T-shirt or a sticker, man. We hear from everybody. Like, like pretty much everybody that gets it is like, "Dude, thank you so much. This is awesome." Like, I could believe that, like, if I came across our show for the first time, I was like, yeah, right, you're gonna give me a COA 8x10 signed Charles Clay. Okay, sure. Just for like stopping in, no way. And then it's I think like there was that little transition, and now people are like, oh my god. And like, that's us. Like, we put up the money from the page to do that, to like, I don't know, man, we like having a good time, and we like encouraging Bills fans. So it's just, I don't know, I'm so stoked, man. When we were talking about this earlier this week, it's insane to think that somebody enjoys what we do enough to want to partner up with us to give away like hundreds of dollars worth of jerseys just
to say,
to support the cause, dude. Like, that's insane. So
Yep. Very exciting.
make sure you get in the comments and reap the benefits.
heck yeah.
You see my hands? I painted my porch today. I apologize.
Your fingernails? That's cute.
Guys, I just have goosebumps because it's so exciting to look back. Actually, we started in August last year with this podcast.
Yeah.
And if you go back and watch that show compared to what we got going on now, we're getting a little bit better. We're by no means any professionals at this. This is all just a Fandemonium fanhood coming out, and we definitely enjoy looking at the screen while we do this and watching everybody comment. So, thank you, Fandemonium. I can't wait to get some of this stuff out to you guys. All right, let's get started, guys. Let's get started.
Well, can we let's throw it out to who's watching, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's give them a nuts. Hell yeah.
He's already getting on to Beasley. We'll touch on it in a second. Joey Hatch, Alberto Rivera, Josh Cook, John Johns is back. Alberto, I already said Alberto. Aaron Gill's here. We have Merle Sweet. That's a new one. Bill Bills, welcome.
Debbie Emerton is a new listener.
There you
Welcome.
go.
What's up, Debbie?
Hope you enjoy this.
We got
Paul
the
Rossi.
cookie. The cookie cooks?
Cookie Cooks. Joe P. Payne. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Mark Kleinfighter. I said that wrong. Awesome. All right, guys, throw us any questions you want. We're going to start debating a lot of stuff here. I'm going to talk about the 2020 Week 7 Buffalo Bills game against the Jets, in which we won
That was a barn burner, man.
18-10. And then we'll talk about anything and everything that comes on here. Well, not everything. We're going to try to get to everything, but we only have a 45-minute show, guys. All right. Buffalo Bills beat the Jets 18-10. That's the final. You guys want to move on?
Jarrod, just proceed it by saying we do have new listeners. We do a thing until the season starts. We are going back to last year's season and recapping week by week. This week's Week 7 against the Jets. Watch the film. Next week's against the Patriots. Watch the film. We'll give you highlights to watch during the week, and then you can come join the conversation as we talk about the Patriots next week. But this week's the New York Jets.
Also, if you're wondering why we skipped from Week 5 to Week 7, it's because those other two games didn't matter. So.
Yeah, that was the COVID debacle, we'll call it.
Yeah.
We had a vote last week. If you're new, it doesn't matter. You didn't get a vote, dude. You got to get in for the vote. It doesn't matter.
All right, Swank, I'm going to lead you away because of our guy right there, Babyfoot, Bigfoot Bass, kind of showcased
Babyface, Bigfoot, Bass.
What'd you think of the game? Looking at it again.
It literally, it's one of those games where they sold you the whole seat, but you only use the edge. You know what I mean? It was like a monster truck rally wrapped in one of those jet flyover Navy or Air Force shows with Arnold Schwarzenegger swinging in, firing a machine gun. It was so exciting.
Well, the Buffalo Bills went down 10-0 right off the bat.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh God.
Oh my God, I know. Okay, so this team, the whole moniker for it last year was it scores points, right? Big passing attack, scores a lot of points, and an average defense. Especially for the beginning of the season, that was kind of like what the story was. I think that looking back on it, the tagline for this team should have been, they find ways to win games. And this was the time that they did that. This was a time that your rookie kicker really came out, and even though he missed two,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Missed the first one.
missed the first one, yeah. So God, what better way, man, to get him comfortable? You know, he's the reason we won the game.
Yep.
Right. So, the big takeaway for me was that Bigfoot Babyface Bass, he got all the practice that he needed for the whole season in that one game. And that, the team didn't quit. There was some big plays that were made during this game that got overshadowed by the score, I think. Diggs had a strong game again. We saw the return of Josh Allen's fumbles a little bit there, which wasn't cool. But, I don't know. You also saw that happened after they got some momentum, and then they kept pushing, and they kept going. How many times as Bills fans in the past have we seen a team get deflated by a turnover and then just seem to give up and not finish a game? So that is the different narrative I think that's going on and what we learned from this game. The reason I was shaking so much, I remember from the first time we watched it live, was because Sam Darnold actually almost looked like he knew how to play quarterback. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to eat a lot of humble pie on the stream. I can't. I'm going to have to be well, this Sam Darnold's actually pretty good. If he had a better team around him. Nah, dude, he lost. That's all that matters. He's a loser. He's in Carolina. I don't care.
He'll be a loser there.
Be a loser there, dude.
Well,
Frank
he still
Gore.
only completed 50% of his passes,
Yeah.
120 yards and 2 interceptions, no
Yeah.
touchdowns. So he kind of returned to form.
Sure. Dude, Frank
But
Gore was a beast this game.
Oh, he was.
That's another thing I noticed is Frank Gore still got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a deceiving game. We had 422 yards. They're 191. Defensively, we showed up, 6 sacks. We didn't do too well against the rush, and obviously we stopped down on the passing game. We saw how important Beasley was in the slot receiver, 11 catches. He was impressive. A lot of those catches inside the numbers. So that was Beasley's. That's why we got him there to be that slot. That he's quick, man. He cuts on a dime. That's crazy how fast he is.
Yeah.
Scott, since we're on Beasley right now, let's approach the elephant in the room here. All right, everybody. I know I already see it going on. You know, Beasley with a vaccine. The elephant in the room. All right. So I'm just going to throw this out there really quick. The stadium, regarding the stadium news, right? They want 100% capacity in the season, right? I think that's going to be approachable for this year.
They got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now they're approved for it.
Vaccinated and unvaccinated people are allowed. If you're unvaccinated, you have to wear a mask. Now, if the rules or the stadium's allowing that, where you can still be a part of the fandemonium out there with being unvaccinated, what's going to happen with the players? Swank, I'll let you lead this one. What do you think about Beasley and his decision to possibly not be vaccinated?
I'm fine with whatever anybody wants to do. Like personally, it's not. I don't know. It's definitely like a personal choice. If you want to turn to your COVID vaccination scorecard, like I am vaccinated. I had the Moderna. I don't care who knows it. I didn't personally have a problem with it. I have little nephews, and I work in a facility that's considered medical, so like there's enough reason for me to do it. I also got quarantined very early on, and all that kind of stuff. So now that you know a little bit about me,
He didn't ask about you. He asked about Beasley.
I know, but it's hard to navigate this without getting political, right? I'm not a very political person at all. It's
And we try to keep that out of the show, obviously, because this is Buffalo Bills. But
and
Beasley's such a big part.
And anybody can feel the way they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. So like to me, Scott had presented this to the group like really early on when he kind of said like the thing about the retirement and all that stuff, and I hadn't seen it, and I was like, I don't think there's any way he retires. I still stand by that. I don't think he's going to retire. I think that he's sick of people riding him about it, and I think that the way his personality is, he had to get it out and be like, look, I'm going to do what I want to do, and it's going to be the way I want to do it. And he doesn't think that the NFLPA did enough for the players in the situation. It seems like it's kind of like maybe not a bigger issue in Buffalo, but it seems like there's more people in Buffalo that you heard of early on that weren't interested in getting it. So the thing is, it's weighted. The NFL has really made it super easy for anybody who's getting vaccinated. Like, if you're vaccinated, you're pretty much, you can go around and lick doorknobs in the stadium. Like, they don't care. Like, right? Like, you can do whatever you want. But if you are not vaccinated, it's the same old chestnut, right? Like, you got to social distance. You got to wear a mask. You can't go out to eat when you're away. You can't leave the away hotel room. There's like a ton of rules. You can't be in a weight room or a cafeteria if there's more than 20 players. There's just like, you can look up the amount of regulations that they put on somebody that's not vaccinated, and I really think that's designed to push to get vaccinated, which again, I'm vaccinated. I'll tell you, and I'll let these two speak on it too, but like I heard something very interesting about the Steelers. Tomlin's got his whole team on board. I don't know how that's possible, but everybody on the Steelers is getting vaccinated or has been vaccinated. Now they're talking about this in respect of this is going to give them a huge advantage. Like, they're going to be able to act like before, like pre-COVID team. They can do whatever they want together. Mm-hmm. So that's something to really think about. I mean, like, I don't know. also, McDermott is disciplined enough to like make sure his team is still a team. You know,
Right.
like there isn't going to be this huge like, you know, Jets and Sharks movement where like you know, like I just don't see it happening. So in conclusion, I think Bees has gotten it off his chest and he's going to play, and I think that's pretty much it. You know what I mean?
I think for me, Beasley just wanted to have his voice heard, just like a lot of other people do, just like everybody does.
Agreed.
I'm on the fence with this. You know, I'm in the health field. I'm a nurse, and I kind of, I'm not going to tell you, you know, I got my vaccine, but for my own reasons. I want to remind people that it's not they're forcing people to have a vaccine. It's they're forcing people to follow the protocols. Okay, probably similar protocols that Beasley had no problems with last year. It's I'm kind of torn because I love Beasley. I'm thinking it must be nice to be able to say I'll retire. I'm all set.
Yeah.
Some of us that don't have the choice to retire, leave the jobs we have, that have to put food on the table for their family, don't have the choice. We have to follow the protocols.
Yeah.
We have to wear masks. So his choice, yeah, you do have a choice, Bees. You don't need the vaccine, but with every business comes rules. And basically what he's telling me is that he's not going to follow. He doesn't want to follow the rules. And like I said, it's the same probably rules that they had the year before that he had no problems with. So I'm not going to say whether or not I think he's right, he's wrong. He's entitled to his opinion, but there's a lot of fans counting on him. There's a lot of teammates that want the camaraderie of the team to, you follow the rules, you do what you got to do. But McDermott wants them all there. And then to threaten retirement and then to mention something about he's just worried about himself and his family. He's not worried about money. That kind of tweaks a nerve a little bit there. But it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, Bees, if you make that decision, Isaiah McKenzie right on your heels.
Yeah, it's a greght point. You know, next man up. And sometimes that next man up, if he shows up, then your job is gone. And I've said it from day one. I love the Bills players, right? Whatever players put that jersey on Sundays, who I'm going to root for. The thing about sports is, yeah, you remember the greats and you remember your favorite players, but sometimes when the next season comes along, now it's that next season. It's a different season. That's what's great about sports. Whatever Beasley decides to do, and I'm 100%, I back him up 100%. If he wants to do this, do this. If he wants to do that, do that. With everything in life, if you have a decision to make and you make that decision, you have to honor the other individual's decision to make theirs too. So if he does play, I'd love to see him on Sundays. If he doesn't, enjoy your retirement. Next guy up, go Bills. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, I love the guy.
Yeah.
I think he's great, but
I'll tell you, a lot of what I think all of us in Buffalo love about Bees is that he's scrappy. He's got like that punk rock rebel kind of heart, man, where like he's a rapper. He does what he wants. He grows his hair out. He jokes around. But he's a big team guy. He loves Josh Allen. He loves the team. Part of me is like, I can see him being like, you know what? Fine, dude. I've made my money. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to make me do anything. And there's a big part of me, because that's like, oh, huge for me, where I'm like, yeah. But then I'm like, but you're on the Bills. Because, like, I mean, all of us want to see him play. This team has got so much potential. So, and I think that this is like, I think it's all going to get figured out. I don't think I saw somebody was asking, like, would there be a scenario if he'd be forced into retirement? I don't see that happening. I don't think he's going to blow up the locker room. I don't think, like, players are going to get mad at him for, like, speaking his mind or for not being vaccinated or whatever. Like, I think that, like, literally a lot of his frustration comes from the politics of the league and from a bunch of dopes trying to call him out for not getting vaccinated.
Yep. And I'll leave it at this, where I shouldn't judge you, Swank or Jarrod, for deciding whether or not
That's right, you're not going to judge me.
it or not, right? Individual opinions, I believe, are the same as business-owned opinions. If a business decides that they're going to follow these rules because either they agree with the vaccines or they don't, then that's their decision. They shouldn't be knocked for it. just like no individual should be knocked for the decision they make. So as far as that goes, if the NFL decides it's got to go one way, and let's remember, they're not making people get vaccines. Like I said, they're not making them get the vaccines. They're just making them have to follow rules if they don't.
Right.
So a lot of people are getting it skewed wrong, thinking that they're making people get vaccines. It's not the case. It's just the protocols that are going to be a little hard.
I think
a little hard.
It's the funneling, right?
Yep.
It's like, well, if you do, though, you get all the, like, you can do whatever you want, right? I just wanted to hit some of these comments on here because we got a really good conversation going on in the comments, man. Ryan Hickman, this is my favorite one. The man played on broke freaking legs, fellas. Like, yeah, he loves the game. He loves the team. He loves Buffalo. He turned on Dallas on a dime. Yeah. You know, like, they didn't treat him right. He was like, see ya, and he was gone, you know.
Swank, did you pick Ryan first because he's our partner?
Yeah,
No.
You're right. I did.
You're right.
Listen, man.
God,
pull the
call him out like
pull
that.
the curtain back. No, it was just like my favorite comment that I read.
Look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Quick little shout out to Debbie and Dwayne from Canada. Welcome.
Yep.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. There you go.
No, you read the comments now,
Yeah,
dude. You call me out.
No, I just want to throw that out there quick.
I'm done. I'm done with COVID. Okay.
All right.
I can keep going because of my, but
All right.
anyways.
Let's pan off to this then. That's lead it up with stadium news, right? 100% capacity, vaccination, blah, 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 blah. 2025, are they building a new stadium in Orchard Park? And if they do, the Buffalo Bills will be hopefully playing at Beaver Stadium there in Penn State. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
Did you say hopefully, dude?
Yeah, that's a
we're going to argue.
Swank,
We're all going to argue
about this. They got 100,000
this.
plus capacity there.
We're going to argue about
You
this.
think the Mafia could build that up?
Go ahead. You guys defend us leaving Buffalo for 2 years. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Isn't UB right around the corner?
Right.
Don't they have college stadiums right there?
Man, we could play at the Bandit Stadium. I don't care. There's way more heart in Buffalo, and also they don't have to, like, they can extend their contract to play at Highmark for 2 more years. Like, I really think, and there's enough room with all that acreage around. They could be building the new one and still playing in the old one, and then bus people in from afar. Like, I think this stuff about playing in Penn State, that is absolutely ridiculous. With this team that we have right now, we missed Stephon Diggs' first touchdown from Josh Allen, and you guys want to take this team and send them away for 2 years just so we can have a new I can't do it, man. Like, I was all on board. Like, I was like, oh, that'll be a fun little trip. And then they said 2 years, and I was like, 2 years? No Bills home games for 2 years. And
right.
The closest...
The Bills are winning now.
They're winning right now. Yeah,
know?
Absolutely. There's a window. You know? And we're going to turn it into a door, but it's a window right now.
You changed my mind.
I like the fact that they're going to keep it half open, half closed.
Yeah, the open air thing. Yeah. Yep. I kind of like the retractable idea, but man, did you see like some of the mock-ups of it? It looks sick. It looks like a mix between SoFi and then the Vegas one, right? Right? Those SoFi's Los Angeles.
And Allegiant is, yep.
Yeah, dude, the price tag on some of those builds is ridiculous. It's like $6 billion for SoFi. Like, we don't need that. Like, I don't care what anybody says. We don't need that. Also, can we address something else? The Super Bowl thing, that is not going to happen. And I would love it to happen. And I'm talking about hosting the Super Bowl.
Right,
the Bills, the Bills, they're going to the Super Bowl. But like the idea that Buffalo can handle the Super Bowl is not real. There's not enough hotels. The infrastructure isn't there. Like, the city, I think, needs to do a lot more to be prepared for that. I mean, I was listening to like a ton of podcasts and radio shows about all this stuff lately because people are like, oh, we could host the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. And that would be awesome. But there's no hotels. There's not enough restaurants. There's like so many crazy specific items that need to be checked off a list. It's like hosting the Olympics almost. Like, it's nuts. So just please, when you're arguing about the stadium, like, keep that stuff in mind. I don't think the Super Bowl thing is relevant unless Buffalo itself grows.
Yep. Need more hotels, more restaurants, more opportunity for revenue and economy to boost when the Super Bowl is being hosted there. Definitely.
Yeah.
Sometimes that AFC Championship game is a pretty big damn game, right? So let's host those.
There you go. Let's host a couple
those.
AFC Championship games.
Then, if you're a season ticket holder or you spent the money to go see that game, drop a couple extra $1,000 and just go down south where it's nice and warm and watch them represent the Bills Mafia, Bills Fandemonium, the Bills fans everywhere, and just rock the heck out of the southern states there.
Wear your favorite jersey, but
Yep.
make sure it's not the one that you won from the 24/7 Buff Fandemonium.
Yeah, because it's going to have a nice signature on
A
it.
nice signature on it. Remember, Bills Mafia memorabilia.
So here's a question: If they do this and they can't play at Highmark, which I think is, again, ludicrous. I think Highmark, they'll figure out a deal with the county or whatever. That's my hot take.
Hot take.
If not, where would you want them to play?
I think Scott brought it up really, simple. Just keep it in Buffalo. Keep it at University of Buffalo. I don't know how much they seat there.
Ollie Cook Memorial Field there in Mid Lakes.
Ollie Cook.
Make it close.
Yeah, all right, at Phelps, New York. Come on,
Syracuse
down,
Dome
dude.
would be fun.
I'll be there
Syracuse Dome would be
every
awesome.
week. I'll be there
Dome.
every day.
Yeah.
The
Syracuse
Dome,
would be
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Not a lot of. The thing with the whole Pennsylvania thing and Beaver Stadium is that there's 100 plus. Seats, 100,000 plus seats. So that's a lot of revenue that they can bring into them. In Buffalo there, that's 30,000 more than the Bills currently have. So, you think the Mafia could fill that stadium? That's the question I have.
Oh, is that a challenge? There's 21 people watching right now. I know they'll be there.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, I want to get Dutcher boys are here. Chris and Jordan, welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys.
There you go.
What up, Dutchers?
Josh Schneider, welcome. Carry Dome, realistic, holds 50,000.
24,000 at UB. Okay.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, so UB, that would be awesome. I'll put it out there. What about St. John Fisher?
Hey.
Like, what, they have a capacity of 10?
Hell yeah! And there's 21 people watching, dude.
You'll have to wait till the next game to get to it, guys. Sorry, it's a drawing.
I mean, there's possibilities.
Just comment and you'll win tickets to.
Yeah, right.
Don't say that out loud.
But there's a lot of options.
Debbie
There's a lot of
says-
options, but I don't know. They had a big circle outlined of where they're potentially going to build the stadium, and it is in the way of where the Bill Stadium is. So that's why they would have to destroy the Bill Stadium. They couldn't play there. But if they could figure out another option to where they could play those 2 years at Highmark while they're building, I mean, that makes the most sense. But
That's
who knows
ideal.
what's happening?
Yeah,
Who knows
I
what's
really
happening?
think they will. So if they do demolish the old stadium, they're going to sell all the seats, right?
Yeah.
We're buying seats.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
24/7 Buff Fandemonium starting to GoFundMe.
Or maybe Bill's memorabilia there will get us a couple seats.
Dude, right off the bat, just
Debbie wants to know where Beaver Stadium is. It's in Pennsylvania, Penn State University. So
Yep, it's Penn
that's where
State's
that
home
would be.
field.
All right, I'm gonna cross that one off our list. Okay.
Josh
Anything-
Snyder says that the Carrier Dome is realistic. It holds 50K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it held
That's-
that many. That's crazy.
Right, and yeah. Have you ever been there, Swank? Watch a Syracuse game?
No.
That can get loud.
Yeah.
The only problem is all those tailgaters are gonna have to walk up a hill.
Yeah. See,
and
so
fall
that's.
down on the way home.
That's
They
the other
gotta
thing.
Walk down that same hill.
I mean, I know, so Penn State, man, I've never been down there. My grandfather went to Penn State though.
Okay.
And he knew a professional football player. I have to ask my dad about that. They were friends, and then he went on to play, I think, for the Steelers or somebody. But anyway, it's just too far away, man. It's too far away. Kick the Browns out of their stadium. We'll play down there.
There you go. John Fidel, I want mine. 41-year season ticket holder. Holy cow!
Wow.
He's been a season ticket holder longer than I've been alive. That's awesome.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. Is all the season ticket holders are gonna want their seats for sure, right?
Yep.
Yep. That'd be awesome.
And they should for sure have first dibs. So yeah.
Dude, these comments are great.
I know, I love it.
They keep coming too. Holy
The
cow!
banter back and forth, guys. Once again, Fandemonium, you're kicking ass. Keep it up. I can't even keep up with all these things, guys. I want to share all what you're saying, but it's like getting crazy. All right. Yeah, just don't go back to
Pat,
Toronto.
Yeah,
Get it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
that's and that was another huge. It was between, well, not between, but two of the biggest like front runners were Toronto and Penn State, and I guess Penn State's the alma mater of the Pagulas too, right? So that's like a big factor or like a trendy thing. Man,
Stay out of Rogers Center. Don't go back.
no, absolutely not, man. What a lame experiment.
And Debbie, as a Canadian, said, "I agree." So
See, there you go.
there you go. There you go.
And I take your word as the whole country's word. So
Yeah, you're representing.
You're representing. You're right, representing. All right. We just have to know what Dwayne thinks. Anyway, guys, so earlier this week, Scott, you threw a post up out there about on 24/7 Buff Pandemonium's Facebook page about linebacker number 3 in Klein. With the accusations, with the free agents that we brought in, and I think I worded it this way. Is there a vast improvement coming in, or is Klein going to hold the fort down and become linebacker number 3? Scott, I'll let you lead the way.
This is a great topic. It really is, because we saw.
Hold on. Josh Cook, Caveman Klein topic. Get it. Go,
Yep.
Scott.
Yeah, guys out there, let us know what you think about Klein versus Tyrell Adams versus Bell versus a guy that I have as being a sleeper in camp, Joe Giles Harris. I'll tell you a little bit about him later. But no, it's a conversation that's been brought up on other forums, and I sat back and listened to a couple of them, and there's a lot of interesting topics based off of this. We have AJ Klein, who had to fill for Milano last year. AJ Klein, remember, was drafted as an inside linebacker and all that stuff. He's playing an outside linebacker now. Took him a little while to get used to the Bills' kind of scheme, right? We kind of gave him the name Caveman Klein because it was kind of like his best attribute was see ball, get ball. Not very good in coverage. Had a bunch of sacks against Russell Wilson. You know, the more he played, the more impressive he got. And yes, the argument is now he's got this system under his belt for a full year. He's got a preseason now. He's got an off season. He didn't do too bad last year. I agree with all that. I still see the struggle in pass coverage. Enter Tyrell Adams. We got this guy from Houston via free agency. A guy is 100-plus tackler from a year ago. I watched a whole bunch of highlights on him. He runs about the same 4.6, 40 time as Klein did. So they're about the same speed, but this guy's about 15 pounds lighter, seems to fly a little faster to the ball. But he brings another kind of football to the table. He's smaller. He's kind of like a Milano size, and he's more of an outside linebacker. He played in a 3-4 defense, yes, but he just seemed like he would fit the role better as a backup to Milano or the Sam linebacker or the strong side linebacker. It'll be interesting to see what happens in camp. But what I'm most excited about is, I've said it show in and show out, is the preseason. We'll be able to see a lot because they're going to be paying attention in this particular position with Milano and Edmonds filling their linebacker positions. This weak side line, the strong side linebacker, Sam linebacker, is going to be an interesting one to watch during camp. Keep in mind they don't use this 4-3 linebacker scheme very often. If they do use a 4-2 defense or nickel defense. They'll bring up Taron Johnson, who's a tackling machine, and they'll sometimes use Saren Neal also. So the position is not used very often, but when it is used, it's one of those things. It's going to be Klein or Adams, and that's going to be fun to watch, like I said.
Yeah. I mean, I think Klein's story was like super interesting last year because he was a joke for the first half of the year. Yep. I mean, everybody made fun of him. And then all of a sudden, like you're saying, that Seattle game, he came out. And we kind of coined that whole Caveman Klein thing because, again, if you're like, just go get the quarterback, he's your guy.
He's it.
But as far as coverage goes, yeah, not so much. So I don't know. He might be. Remember how I was saying earlier in season 2 here that there's not going to be a whole lot of those like underdog champions, like practice squad hero kind of guys. That you're going to be like a Duke Williams or something like that. Klein might it might have like graduated to like people that you actually cheer for that are on the roster that are like not quite elite, because you have so many high energy, talented players now that maybe you're rooting for like a lower guy on the depth chart that's actually on the 53. And Klein might be that guy,
So it's you've said that many times throughout these shows, and Usually when you have a player like that, it's usually their rookie year, right? It's usually somebody that you saw in college that's creeping up, that showed promise in the preseason.
Yeah.
With these guys, I'm going to throw Zimmer in that same category. Zimmer and Klein, those two guys right there have the heart. Josh Schneider. AJ Klein has some serious heart. Dude plays hard. In my opinion, plays above his ability. Zimmer and Klein are those two guys who last year and 2 years ago, you're going to be like, feel good story. But now they're on the team. They've established something. Now they're veterans. So you're rooting for them. They've seen everything. They're going to be in the system yet another year. And you're just hoping that they keep building and bringing these other guys in will hopefully light that fire a little bit more so it pushes them even farther. And that's what Josh Cook even said. He just said competition builds. Obviously, like we always say, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
I feel like he could benefit from a full room fighting for a spot. That's what Bean does. He gets those players in there to make these guys better and fight for it. So,
You know what happens if Tyrell Adams does take a spot and Klein is number 2 on the board? He's a great special
Number 2.
teamer.
Yeah.
He's a good special teamer too. So you've always got that. You know, McDermott likes those guys that are very versatile, can play many positions. Klein can do that. And, you know, Klein, like I said, he's an inside linebacker at heart. What came out of college, inside linebacker, drafted as an inside linebacker. So you could bounce him around a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, the guy I was telling you about, this Joe Giles Harris, second year guy, he is someone that I've heard in OTAs quite a bit. He played for Jacksonville, got 20 tackles, 6'2", 235 pounds, second year guy from Duke, young, 24. Keep in mind, Klein and Tyrell Adams are both 29, so a bit on the younger. His knack is speed, runs a 4.7, slower than the other two, but he gets credit for he's disciplined and he can read plays quickly, the screens, the jet sweeps, counter recognition. Apparently he's ahead of the blocker at all times, even during camp, and he's making plays. And he's a guy that he might be one of those sneaky roster spot kind of guys. Joe Giles Harris is his name.
I like that name. Sounds like a football name.
I like that we're talking about the defense a lot right now. Like, everybody's questions are revolving around that too.
Yeah.
I mean, we made that signing for the D-line yesterday? The guy from the Browns?
We got 2 guys. We got another guy today.
Brian Cox hurt his Brian Cox Jr. his Achilles tendon. He's on IR, so we just brought in 2 guys.
Nice.
Real quick, Brent Thomason is driving. He had to pull over for the comments. Drive safe, man.
Just drive safe. At the end of the day, just drive safe.
That's awesome.
But I mean, bringing 2 guys, guy goes down Achilles injury. That's a tough injury. That's a lot of rehab. Bringing in 2 other guys, one from the Browns, I think the other one is from Jaguars again. So just keep filling these guys. Remember, they keep 90 plus in their roster until they start making cuts.
I think I see him keeping an extra wide receiver and an extra D lineman this year, and making room other places on both sides of the ball to make that happen.
We had a comment from Ryan. Ryan, he wants us to get on the defensive end position. How many players should we keep? And to be honest with you, I'd like to save that for next week. I have it written down. Next week's episode, we'll definitely touch on that defensive line and the edge and how many of those players. Because I don't know if you saw all those players that could potentially make those spots, but there's a lot of them. A lot of great talent up there. So, Ryan, tune in next week. Let's get on that next week so we can break it down a little bit better.
I mean, can I throw something out there real quick?
Yeah, throw it out there.
Bastrom and Russo, they drafted him, needed the help. They got Epinesa from last year. Guy's going to have a fire under his ass, I can guarantee you that. I was picked second last year, and you're going to get 2 guys this year. Addison and Hughes. I mean, you're going to have a hard time figuring out who you're going to cut. Daryl Johnson, is he still on the roster? Or Obata, Love, gone? There's a lot to talk about. We could spend a whole show talking defensive line. We could also spend a whole show talking defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's why I want to go next week because
because we're getting close to the end of it now.
Yeah, that's a huge.
Tune in next week for the D-line conversation.
The big thing next week is going to be that Zimmer conversation. Do you keep Brendan Butler, who took a contract cut, and keep Zimmer? Are they going to keep 4? Are they going to keep 10? Who knows? That'll be fun.
I think it's going to be super interesting to research the statistics between the amount of snaps each of them took and how productive each of them were. Because Zimmer, aside from that's like a handful of splash plays and obviously that big fumble against Cam, to win the game, that's what put him on the map. Nobody else knew who the hell he was before that play, right? Aside from that, like I'd be really interested to know. So that would be good for next week.
Yes, Ryan.
Thanks for the topic.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's
for the topic,
awesome
Ryan.
idea.
I mean, I've seen it places. Somebody, I think from Built in Buffalo, put it up there. Like, who would you pick? Who's gone? Which I was just looking at the list, like, oh my gosh, this is a good problem to have.
It's a glorious situation for Bills fans to be in. Wonderful situation. This is why I say it again. I say it all the time. I like to repeat myself. I cannot wait for preseason. And it's only 3 games, so you're going to see a lot more into it than the regular 4.
Absolutely.
I had a thought a couple minutes ago that Fandemonium, if you haven't noticed yet, I lose my thoughts every once in a while. But Scott, thank you for bringing that up. Last year, Frazier said that the issue with the first couple weeks of the season is going to be finding that defense and who meshes well together. With all these players coming in, all these defensive guys coming in, and 3 preseason games, and the fight that happened a couple weeks ago, the reason why we're not talking about that offense is because we already know where we hold them, top 3, right?
True.
That defense is going to be sick this year.
And Milano was quoted to say that they're like firing on all cylinders and they're ahead right now. It's like going back to like traditional pre-COVID football where like the D's got the upper hand right now.
I heard they're flying around.
Yeah.
They're flying around. I saw an article saying, to your point on the Epinesa story last week, Swank, about him snuffing out that screen. It wasn't Josh Allen losing a step. It was Epinesa gaining and getting smarter, and the game slowing down for him. And he's at a weight that he wants to be at. Well, here we go talking about the defensive line. They're getting better, and from what I did hear is that they're flying all over the place and they're looking good.
Did you see Feliciano on Pat McAfee's show?
Pat McAfee's awesome.
Dude, Pat McAfee's great. Well, so like Pat McAfee had Feliciano on literally 20 minutes after the fight between him and Epinesa. It was a pre-scheduled thing, but then they got the report, and McAfee was like leading into the interview, and then all of a sudden like the Zoom call comes up, and he's talking about how like, yeah, he just got in a fight with AJ Epinesa, blah blah, and John Feliciano's sitting there with his like curls in his hair and his sunglasses, and he's just like, hey, what's up? And they're like, so what happened? You're beating guys' asses in practice? Like, and he goes, wow, news travels fast.
Yep. Well, what he did tell McAfee is that in the locker room they went and they gave each other a hug. It's just they're competitive.
Dude, my favorite quote from that whole thing was, this isn't my first fight at camp.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, we're fine. We left it on the field. Like, I was upset, and that's it. Like, that's how much passion we have or whatever. And I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Mike Vogt just decided to show up tonight.
What up, Mike?
Welcome, Mike.
I saw
You're
John
right.
Johns had to go to bed, too.
That's all right, bud. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
For those of you just joining, it's a little late, but hey, we're here.
Hold on. Why are we wearing a jersey, Scott? Why are we wearing our jerseys?
We announced it in the beginning of the show. I'm going to say it again. Your buddies here at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, and it's not just us joining. It's you guys, the fans. We are now in cooperation. We have a partnership with Bills Mafia Memorabilia / www.buffaloautographs.com. We have a thing going with them. We all have the same goals. What this means for you is that our giveaways are going to be a little more special. We're going to have COA authenticated jerseys. They got mini helmets and helmets and they're going to sponsor our show. So we love it. We can't wait. And it's, like I said, we had the conversation. We agreed on a lot of things. And the one thing we mostly agreed on was you guys, the fans, and we just want to give back to you guys. So partnership for us, partnership for all of us, including the fans. We're excited.
Yeah, beyond excited. Like, I don't even have the words.
So excited.
Goosebumps.
And,
it's awesome.
And if you don't want to wait for a giveaway, you can always go to www.buffaloautographs.com and go just buy something.
So something you mentioned to me, guys, we talked about this earlier this week when we found out about the sponsorship, is the fact that right now is the time to get these jerseys, right? Because when the season gets closer, the players actually don't have the availability to go for these signings, so everything's going to be a little bit more expensive. So
exactly, if you look at the feed, Ryan Hickman just put down the site to go to. What happens is during the offseason, these players are a lot more available to have these signings. So jerseys, helmets, all these autographs are a little more reasonable price. As the season goes on, preseason, season, playoffs are a lot harder to get a hold of, a lot harder to have these signings at. So prices do go up then. So if you're going to get something, get it now.
Get it.
Get it good.
Guys, we got a little thing about Jordan Dutcher sent us something. The game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be down in Florida.
Oh damn.
He said he's got there's a free place to stay, so
He's putting us up?
Yeah.
Sweet, because he's setting up. He lives right down the road from Hulk Hogan's bar, and I've been
Okay.
trying to get him to get EMD booked down there.
Oh,
Like,
that
so
would
it was
be
like
awesome.
we could do a derelict show at Hulk Hogan's bar, and we could have 24/7 BF live stream podcast from the Tampa Bay game.
Oh, that would be
Nice.
sweet.
Get it going. Well, that'd be that'd be
Is that why?
something else.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jordan, I'm bringing 3 kids and my wife, so
Where are they staying?
oh gosh, guys. All right,
Oh wait,
Bills
okay.
get-
So hold on, sorry,
go.
because I could feel that you were gonna try and log us
Cut
off
it.
there,
Yep,
right? Yeah,
yep.
okay.
You got
Good.
it.
So like last week we did a couple like there's like some cool like weird questions that got thrown out, like not weird, but just like different questions that spawned other questions that were like you know related to the Bills, but like you know kind of like deep. So Uncle James on, and he was wondering who's the one player on the roster that you would love to cut right now.
Personal cut, huh?
It's hard. Yeah, these questions are hard, dude.
You know, my guy already went out with Achilles tendon injury.
Oh, just because of his dad? That's so brutal.
See you later, Brian Cox Jr. I'm sorry, bud, but
That is a good burn.
Blame
right
your
there.
dad, dude.
yeah, it was something else. Man, tell your dad I said hi.
You're playing in Buffalo. That's what happens, man.
Sorry, bro.
Swank, you got one, Swank? I need some time to think.
You need some time to think. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't know if there's. I've said it before. There's nobody I hate on the team. God.
Need more time to think because I got my answer.
Well,
Very generic.
okay. Asked and answers. There we go.
Very generic answer. If a top name player gets cut, and I don't know who it's going to be, that means whoever's behind them is showing some pretty good promise. So, who would I love to cut?
Josh
I'd
Allen.
love to see a big guy cut because you know the talent behind him's coming in.
That's not a name.
What was the name?
Don't
There's a
cop
lot of
out.
names.
You giving Spencer Brown that left tackle position, Jarrod? You giving Doyle that left tackle position? You cutting Dawkins, are you?
Oh, you cut Dawkins, bro?
Maybe Mitch Morse makes the cut or doesn't make the cut, and then we have a new center coming in there.
Jack Anderson, he was a guard that way they picked up.
There you
He
go.
could play center
So-
too. He could play there.
So Mitch Morse, even though I've seen film, when he was playing, he was doing pretty decent. But Mitch Morse,
Mitch Morse?
he's got concussions and stuff. Is that his name?
Really?
Mitch Morse.
That's who you want to cut?
I went with
Debbie
the lineman.
Emerton. Debbie
It didn't
Emerton's
matter who
playing
you
it
said.
safe.
I was
She
gonna-
said
that's
whoever
what I was gonna
McDermott decides.
Yo, dude, I think I'm rolling with Patrick Hughes here. Matt Barkley's already cut, by the way. He's not on the team anymore. But I think
That's all right.
Jake Fromm, I'm totally on board with that. I don't have any. I guess I don't know enough. I haven't seen enough. It'll be interesting to see him in the preseason, but I really don't care about that. guy.
You don't have any qualms with cutting Jake Fromm's?
No, I know there was all that like little off-season crap last
Yeah,
year
that
and whatever.
Right. There you go.
But I guess if I had to, I really like. It doesn't matter to me, but you know.
So good old Jarrod couldn't come up with a name. I got Brian Cox Jr. You got from.
You got Mitch Morse.
Oh, there you go. You picked one. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I can't believe you
shuffles
picked
it.
Mitch Morse.
I know, right?
Oh, does Brent Thomas disagree with me? Here's your finger, JR. Is that to me? Oh,
No, I think
Jr.
that's Brian Cox Jr.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brett.
Oh,
Brett,
not your
You saved
initials.
yourself. You saved yourself. All
Hey,
right,
Patrick
guys.
Hughes, if Jerry Hughes was gone, he'd open up some space.
Maybe that's who you're going to see go as a vet, an old vet that, you hope Jerry Hughes is still there because he does kind of produce a little bit. He's always, right, Scott, the QB pressures.
Yeah,
That's a
stat
number
I don't
that
care
you kind
about.
of, yeah. So Jerry Hughes, if he's gone, that just means the young guys are stepping up.
All right. All right.
Oh, Mike Vogt,
ooh.
keeping Fromm, cutting Trubisky.
Cutting Trubisky. Ooh. Old Mitch. Man, you guys are just all about cutting the Mitches, man. You're Mitchists.
Jamie, great question because, yeah, that's a great question. We got a lot of stuff going on
Jamie,
here.
Uncle James, like devil's advocate, man. He loves stirring that up.
Jamie, every Tuesday when you come on, I want you to have a question. You got to lead it up right away so we can see it and get it out there.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll absolutely do it.
There you go.
All right, guys. Like I said, we beat the Jets 18-10.
Wait, Dutcher's got a question.
Yeah. Dutch, we're going to talk defense next week. We're going to
That's
talk
why I love
defensive
this
line
line.
next week, bud.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the defensive ends, the defensive line. So we're going to see who we're going to cut and keep, and Ed Oliver is definitely on there.
I'll tease it though. Ed Oliver's going to be a beast this year.
John
Awesome.
Fidel wants to come on the show. Fidel, I should say. You
All
guys
right.
need a guest. I would love to come on.
Sure.
All right, we'll look into it, bud.
Personal message us.
Yeah, personal message us. We'll get you going.
We gotta get Ryan on too, man.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing that could potentially be huge
Potentially.
by the
Potentially.
sponsor, by this partnership here, is guests could start
Oh,
showing
yeah.
up on the show.
That's
Maybe. Let's hope.
That's true.
Don't try to get
All right,
Ryan in too much
Pandemonium.
trouble.
Yeah,
I have homework.
haul in your fishing line there, Jared.
Ryan, next week, can you have Josh Young come on the show for us? Just,
We'll put them right
one of
down
those
here.
things. He could sign our computers.
No, but next week I've got some homework for the Pandemonium. Watch that Week 8 New England Patriots game. Get back to us next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, and we'll talk about that. And obviously we're going to talk about the defense and who we might see cut and who we like and all that good stuff. So before I close this out, Scott, any last words?
The words I want to just spread today is the love that we have for the Pandemonium, for the Bills Mafia, and the love for you guys, Jarrod and Swank. We're doing what we do the way we want to do it, and it's paying off. Ryan Hickman is on the show with us today. He's been very active in our conversations. We love to see the conversation carry on like this. And we're talking defense next week, which is fitting because I think Bills Mafia Memorabilia is sponsoring our show, and we're giving away a Poyer jersey. So it's very exciting times. Tell your friends, tell your family, go to Bills Mafia Memorabilia, like, share, and follow, and then come to our show and win that jersey. Come on, just comment during the show, and you're on the Pandemonium Wheel of Destiny. Love it, loving every minute of this. Go Bills.
Before I get to you, Swank, Patrick said this once already. I tried to get back to it, but I couldn't find it. Not Buffalo Bills related, but Buffalo related. Rest in peace. I'm going to say Renee Robert, former Sabres player. Patrick, I got you, bud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Passed away?
Guess so.
That's too bad, man.
All right. Swank. what you
Wow,
got,
dude,
bud?
thanks for that great intro. Just so you guys know, 9/11 happened again. Swank, do you have anything you want to say? Yeah, man. I love these two guys. I'm very thankful to be a part of this and to be able to talk about something that I love probably too much, just like all of you guys. And it's great. It's a great thing to root for, and it's awesome that the team is doing as well as it is. And it's awesome that you guys are help making the show as successful as it is. It's really gratifying, and thank you so much. And it's very cool to know that we're doing a good enough job that people are noticing and want to be a part of it, to the effect that BMM wants to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, bigger giveaways. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your daughters, tell your wives, tell your sons, tell your husbands, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your uncles, tell your aunts, tell your cousins, tell your second cousins, tell everybody else that you know. Tell your ex-wife, but then tell her the wrong time so that she doesn't show up. And then tell your ex-husband, but then tell him, but it's actually like a Patriots podcast. It'd be awesome. And then just come here instead and have a great time because we love you guys. And if you want to do that, show up every Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Facebook Live for the Gun Report with me, Swank, and Scott Reed, and Jarrod Reed. And, maybe win some stuff, hang out, talk about the Bills. Yep.
All right. I can't top any of that. You guys rocked it. Again, thank you for the Pandemonium for participating tonight. Again,
Mitch
do your
Morse.
homework. Mitch Morse. Watch that Patriots game. Get back to us next Tuesday. Keep an eye out for the event. We're hoping to get that Poyer jersey. I'll take a nice picture of it, post it up so you guys can see the COA, the nice little autograph, the nice blue jersey. I think it's blue. Might be blue. Might be white. Who
Man,
knows?
you're kind
We'll
of
see.
putting like way too many specifics on it. Like, oh, it was sewn in.
It's inscripted 24/7 Buff Pandemonium rocks. All that good stuff. No, just
Oh my
kidding.
God,
but,
dude.
Anyway,
maybe Josh Allen could deliver it.
did you see what you said? You said $80,000
I
and Josh
saw
Allen.
that.
Come on here. Let's
All right, guys, go
If
fund
you
me,
want to
guys.
see Josh Allen,
Go fund me.
Yep, no doubt.
Listen, there's 16
Pandemonium.
people on right now. Let's go, dude. It's not that much. It's only
Thanks
like $8,000 a piece.
That's it. Just Venmo. Venmo's on the bottom. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Go Buffalo Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.